Alejandro told me that he'd thought long and hard and done lots of research on how he could make the biggest impact. And he came to the conclusion that it was letting people and empowering people to do practical things. So by coming here and giving them the opportunity, he is achieving something dramatic. If lots of us do small things, then we can make big change. I'm now going inland, going north, and aiming for the city of Seville. The drive takes me along a steep and windy road through dramatic mountains. And at the top of these is an historic city with a particular garden that I want to visit. I've stopped off on the road to Seville here at Ronda. Ronda was a Moorish stronghold, in fact, one of the last places to fall. And one of the reasons why it remained held by the Moors for so long was the gorge that in those days ran along one side of the town. Well, now it runs right through the middle of the modern town. This incredible deep crevice splitting the town in two. And sitting right on the edge of it is a garden which has a remarkable story. This building is Casa del Rey Moro, the house of the Moorish king. Well, that is a bit of a misnomer, because actually it was built in the 18th century, 3 centuries after the Moors had left. Then, in 1910, it was bought by one of the more remarkable figures in Ronda's history, the Duquesa de Parcent, and she commissioned a garden. The Duquesa brought in the eminent French garden designer, Jean-Claude Forestier. He designed a garden that was completely in keeping with the Moorish inheritance of Ronda. This is based upon the Islamic paradise garden principles. So you have water coming from a fountain down this lovely long rill into a pond below. There's symmetry, there's order and balance. There's fragrance. Even from just running my hands along the myrtle hedge, you get this cloud of perfume rising up. And one of the really interesting things, even though this is a small garden, having these great big trees doesn't just create shade, which is important in this climate, but also makes the garden seem bigger. The property's agent is a businessman, Jochen Knie. I gather that the Duquesa de Parcent was a rather extraordinary woman.
She has been a very impulsive and creative person, because she bought this property, bought some houses who occupied this garden, threw down the houses and created a romantic story here.
So where the garden is now, there were houses, and she pulled them down to make the garden.
Just to create the garden.
Right. A major commitment.
A major commitment. She also created a whole industry to restore the house, to create the house. She created lots of jobs and did also bring a welfare to Ronda.
All the artifacts and decoration in the garden are thus locally produced. Well, except for one. The central Moorish fountain was brought by the Duquesa with her from Paris. The story of the garden remained remarkable, not to say extraordinary, right up to the time when Jochen himself came to own it.